Juice. Now, they have fought in Winners Final, but do you have any thoughts?
Well, I do think that Juice is on quite a tear right now. I played Juice earlier. Fantastic Zero Suit player. That needs no introduction at this point. A mainstay here at the lab. And Enzo's a great Pokemon trainer, one of the best in the region. I do think that Zero Suit Samus is gonna what this is gonna boil down to, excuse me, is whether or not Zero Suit Samus can get in on some of the range that Ivysaur can have. So if Ivysaur can successfully box out Zero Suit Samus is going to have a tough time building up damage to get those kill confirms.
Indeed, and we'll have to see how easily it comes. Welcome to Grand Finals here at Keystone Ultimate. Enzo out of loser's side. He's got to take down the king.
That's right. And Squirtle's getting a good, hefty 39% damage right at the start. Ooh, punishes that grab, and Zero Suit Samus finding herself in a bit of a predicament. Ooh, goes for the ledge attack option.
Now, Enzo was not able to take a game off of this Zero Suit Samus at all in Winners Final. And now, nice back air, take a shot. Neutral air into these up airs, and that's the thing. I mean, whether it's the Squirtle or the Charizard, it seems like this ZSS seems to have no problem getting these combos off, and that's a pretty impressive thing considering, I mean, the range that you have to deal with Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah, I think one of the strengths that Juice has as a Zero Suit Samus player is he's able to extend the stage to off stage. And what I mean by that is he's able to go off stage and he's able to use his down B, he's able to use his aerial options to kind of punish people that normally wouldn't think that a character could punish from that angle. So because he's able to use the stage and all of the stage so effectively, he effectively gives himself way more room to work with, which can be very troublesome for most players.
He hits that side B relatively consistently off stage as well, just has not been afforded the opportunity to do so quite yet.
Well,
looking for the tilt,
yeah.
And indeed, back throw will kill it. And just like, I think that's Enzo telling us, hey, I think you're forgetting that there's another player involved, but Juice says, shut your face. You're coming at the king. You better come correct.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Enzo does a great job of punishing situations. If you make a mistake, you better know that Enzo's gonna punish it. It's gonna be hard, and it's probably gonna be an Ivysaur down air. But
oh my!
But Charizard being one of the heavier characters again, not gonna quite get killed to that. Ooh, punishes. So I've noticed that Enzo has been doing a great job of reading and baiting out Zero Suit Samus's grab. And Zero Suit Samus's grab not quite as important. I don't want to say important, but not quite as encompassing of a game plan as it was in Smash 4. But it's still a very powerful tool. It's still a good reward for it. But Enzo's not having any of it.
Indeed, and Enzo trying to maintain that stage control. ZSS.
Nice up smash.
Beautifully caught with the up smash. And indeed, it's going to make Juice pay for his transgressions. Yeah. Now, the thing is that Juice has learned patience as Smash 4 has gone on. And indeed, it helped him kind of climb up to that next level to the point where he was taking games off of people that feature regularly at national tournaments. The people like Dark Wizzies or Larry Lurs and the like. And indeed, coming very close in games against Nairo as well. And that's actually the one thing that Enzo has over Juice is a win over Nairo in bracket. Enzo taking one game off of Nairo, 2-1 in winners round 3 at Suplex City.
Very nice, yeah. And you can see how effective both players are in this matchup right now as we get a little bit of an up air and
oh my,
very stylish. That was mostly for the damage. Wow, nice parry by Enzo.
I mean, aerial combinations like that.
A little bit suspect but not punished for it.
Aerial combinations like that we're not used to seeing from people other than Juice or frankly Bonk, who carries with Meta Knight. But does Meta Knight carry him? We don't know. But no, that's not the truth.
That's not
we know.
Brawl.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, true. And that certainly isn't Bonk, an incredibly talented player.
Yeah,
but a little close towards Central, but on the Philadelphia PR now forward air gives himself a little bit of space to Enzo.
Zero Suit Samus. This is a very risky matchup right now, especially for a last stock situation in the first game. Zero Suit Samus,
punishes the missed up B with the up smash.
You were talking earlier that Juice has learned a little bit of patience, but he might have been a little bit impatient in that one. Gets punished hard for it. What did I say earlier about Enzo? Give him the opportunity. Give him that punished window. He's going to take it. You're going to lose a stock.
Indeed. I mean, he saw an opportunity to intercept the ball, and he did, and he ran it all the way back to put a point on the board for Team Pokemon Trainer. And
Yay,
indeed,
sports ball.
Yeah, sports ball. Yeah, shout-outs to...
Well, my favorite team. That's actually the Eagles, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Go Birds.
Yeah, absolutely. And indeed, hey, shout-outs to the Philadelphia Union, who won today 3-0 against Montreal Impact.
Excellent.
Absolutely, man, especially on the 5-year anniversary of a good friend of ours, Eric Schertz, passing away. We love you, Eric. We know that you're watching over us. And from the Sons of Ben to you, thank you for everything. Anyway, game number 2.
Absolutely, and going from sports to esports.
There you go. This is Smash Esports?
I mean, I think so. Esports is technically just electronic sports.
I feel like that's a meme at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean, esports, the mentality is different than esports, the actual definition. But
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
We're go into this game too.
The things that we say on this broadcast do not necessarily reflect the core values of Bros Calamity.
Right. So, that was an interesting trade right there. It looks like Razor Leaf. Oh, nice job. And there we go. A quick first stock. Less than, it was almost 30 seconds for a first stock. Juice taking the first stock of the game.
And that's about what Juice wanted. I mean, he has been known to blaze through some of these first stocks, especially as we went on through Smash 4. But we saw him develop that patience, that sense of timing. But now he knows this is the time where he needs to put his foot on the gas pedal. He needs to make sure that Enzo isn't taking the initiative in these matchups and that Juice isn't playing from the back foot. And indeed, he's staying alive at 119%. And that's the thing. You give Enzo any single yard, he is going to take a mile. And indeed, he takes the first stock with that down air.
Yeah, that down air being so effective, having a huge hitbox and having a huge spike box with that. Oh, this is very tricky for Juice.
Oh, my!
Oh, yeah,
ran out of a jump, it looked like.
Yeah. So Nair was able to actually reverse gimp him. So interesting point here is that, again, Enzo punishes mistakes so well. You overextend yourself. You try to go for the fancy gimps. You try to overextend. Boom. Ooh. There goes the stock. However, there goes the stock for Juice. And now things are even on the... So Zero-Suit Samus, being one of the characters that are capable of rushdown in this game, likes the smaller stage. I can tell already that there's a little bit of a different tempo very quickly. And again, only barely 2 minutes have passed, and yet we're on the final stock.
But notice that it's Enzo who's having to match the pace of Juice as opposed to the other way around. But indeed, Enzo, he doesn't seem to be shying away from such a challenge. Though Juice, he can turn on the jets when he wants. He has that Ivysaur disadvantage. Well
nice
parried.
Parry. Again, parry is so key in this game.
Looking for the down air, is not going to find a 2-frame.
This is dangerous.
Oh, side B. Oh, he was looking
nice
for it.
Nice patience by Enzo right there. Ooh, that could have been a feat. Nice Nair having such a great hitbox.
Yeah, it comes out
again,
relatively quickly as well.
Very interesting choice right here to go Charizard.
Oh,
but able to survive because of the weight.
Yeah, and that is it's a choice that pays off.
Ooh.
Catches him with the up B before he caught ledge.
Overextending, right?
Indeed, Enzo looking.
Nice. I believe that is still a frame one jab, and the side B is going to take him in the sweet spot.
Oh, and you saw Enzo. He said to Juice, that close, that much space in between myself and the side B. But that's all the space that Juice needed to take that stock and indeed take game number 2.
Well calculated. So we're going to go to game 3 here, grand finals. Things tied up 1-1. We got Enzo's pick, technically.
Yeah.
So what stage do you expect to see here?
From Enzo, I mean, this should be interesting. I don't expect to see him go Smashville. I would say a bigger stage might be more in the cards for the man from Temple University.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
See, the thing is that he usually bans Lilat and Yoshi's Island Brawl, if I'm not mistaken. So that opens up quite a bit. I don't expect him to see him go Battlefield. And indeed, Town and City, short off for the sides in the blast zones, but pretty big stage. It's going to give Enzo a little bit more breathing room because he doesn't mind having to keep up with Enzo's pace, but he'll only do so on the condition that he has room with which to work on the ground in neutral.
Absolutely. And again, because this is a best of 5, stage selection does work with a modified DSR rule. Stage is key in here. There are characters that love the smaller stages like Zero-Suit Samus, who can combo easily, can rush in. And there are characters that love the bigger stages, more room to work with, usually characters with projectiles. usually characters that like the zone. So we're going to hit Town and City here, which I think is a decent compromise between the two, but it's still one of the bigger stages.
I agree, and another thing to be considered, that up B that he likes to go for, does Juice, not going to kill nearly as efficiently. It's the biggest stage in competitive Smash Ultimate. Contrast that to Smash 4, where it was the shortest.
That's right. And again, that Nair being so effective near the ledge. Ooh, that was, again.
Oh, beautifully caught.
He did that against Sabo, too, where you air dodge inside near the, try to get back the ledge, but he ended up getting dared.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is going to be rough. This is going to be rough.
A grave mistake against an Ivysaur. You never want to underestimate that dare, and you certainly don't want to discount Enzo's willingness to go for it. Was looking for the down smash, barely missing.
Trades.
Good trades.
Gets just the end of that jab.
And how big of a confidence builder is this for Enzo?
Yeah,
the fact
great.
that he's going, I mean, pretty much shot for shot with Juice and the Flare Blitz. Getting out and cracking open that second stock.
But fortunate for Enzo because that takes the second stock.
The fly again catching
this
Juice.
Is tricky. Nice.
Jab.
Yeah, I think what separates Enzo from a lot of Pokemon trainers is his effective Charizard use.
Yeah.
A lot of Pokemon trainers like to write off Charizard immediately because Charizard doesn't have the best frame data, and compared to Smash 4, there's been a lot of differences, but Enzo doing a great job showing what Charizard's strengths are. His heavy weight, his disjoints, his early Smash attack kills. Doing a great job so far.
Indeed, and really you do need to, it's a very, and you alluded to this, it's a very read-heavy game where you do, if you're going to get your licks in as Charizard, you need to make sure that it's the right opportunity to do so. And the back throw at 112%, turns out Squirtle's kill throws aren't exactly kill throws. Neutral air, little too early, and indeed that's going to get the kill on Juice, and that is a 2-stock victory for Enzo, 2-stocking the #1 in Philadelphia. That's impressive in its own right. But the fashion in which Enzo did it, it looked like it was his game from beginning to end.
Yeah, and he really cannot challenge Ivysaur's up air and down air. You just can't. The hitbox is too big. The spike box, super powerful. You just really don't want to find yourself in a position where you try to attack either of those two moves head on, like Juice just did right there. Good job by Enzo for putting himself in that situation off stage. And Enzo separating himself from the rest with his offstage play right now.
Enzo trying to make it 2 days in a row where we have seen a reset here at the laboratory. The second one being GWJ making it into grand finals on winner's side over Spiro. But Spiro resetting and eventually winning. So Enzo would certainly like a repeat of that as well. But Juice, he's never been a big fan of reruns.
Yeah. Now this is a great example of the difference between someone who is down in bracket and someone that's up in bracket, and how play style is affected. You can tell that Enzo's going for a few more risky things because he's up a game, including this jab lock.
Oh, beautifully done, but
nice DI.
Yeah, no, the defensive aspect of Juice's game is not to be overlooked. He's a very survivable player.
Oh, that's going to be...
Oh, my. Is he able to back? He's not.
Be a stock.
Oh, my. A grave mistake potentially for Enzo, and you do not want to crack the door against Juice.
Yeah, now what's interesting here is that Pokemon Stadium is the choice of map from Juice's side. Pokemon Stadium is one of the bigger maps in the game.
Cracking that door only means that Juice will come barging in, and he might do so. Paralyzer in hand. Jab, shield pressure. Oh, but
yeah,
Enzo
jab's not
acting
going
out.
to do it. Maybe side B.
It makes you wonder.
Side B might have poked, though. Nice forward air. Oh, see, Juice did a good job of trying to challenge Ivysaur off stage, but... Oh, nice back throw.
And able to finally claim that first stock, but that first stock looming heavy over the head of Enzo right now.
What I just noticed, it seems like you can cancel the down B animation with ledge grab. So that's why he was able to pretty seamlessly switch to Squirtle from Charizard. Pretty interesting stuff. Just things you pick up on, you know?
And now Enzo looking for that grab, not finding it, whiffing on the dash grab, and Juice just jumping over it, it seems.
Yeah, so the Squirtle's kind of tricky for 0-2 Samus because Squirtle's a small target. And Zero Suit Samus relies on a lot of her things like falling up air. A lot of her aerials are very precise. Oh, goes for that raw up B. Not sure if that was the right choice there, but is not punished for it. Nice snare. Could lead to something off stage. Not able to capitalize. Oh, raw forward smash.
Side B.
Side B is going to knock Squirtle off stage. And again, very hard to challenge Ivysaur because Razor Leaf has such good range.
And now the grab, looking for that forward throw just to put him into disadvantage. And now up smash, not quite finding its
this
mark.
Is going to be a stock because of that platform.
Indeed, well marked, and the taunt. Yeah, typical Enzo.
Nice, and that's going to, no, it's going to be good DI.
Not quite yet.
Tries to go for a footstool, a little bit of flash right there, but dash attack just hitting. And the back air is going to take that stock, and now things are even here on Pokemon Stadium.
Juice looking for a way back into the set. He does not want the reset. He wants to go home with money in hand. He's already got that doubles money, so something to be said about that. But you know what? He's never been one for sharing.
No, not at all. So again, Zero Suit Samus trying to glam with that up air, but finding little success against Squirtle. Gets that grab. Has been looking for that grab so long, but Enzo doing a good job of shielding that down tilt.
What the stage for the positioning and
I think he was trying to read the tech inward, but Juice able to go outside.
Indeed,
and again,
up air.
It's very, very hard to challenge Ivysaur's up air. So that's a bracket reset. Am I correct?
Indeed, it is. It's a whole new ball game for Enzo. He is 3 games away.
Reset.
Yeah. Enzo resetting the bracket by a score of 3-1, and all of a sudden we're seeing Enzo. I mean, that Ivysaur flower, not the only thing that's blossoming. We're also seeing the number 4 in Philadelphia come into his own and take a set off of the King. Now, this is a guy who has really come into his own in his own right. I don't think we've seen his full potential, but we've seen him at Prime Saga with the 33rd place finish. We've seen him at national tournaments. We've seen him on the cusp of greatness, especially at Suplex City and Collision as we go to Pokemon Stadium for Game 1. And Enzo he's handling this ZSS right now.
Yeah, I think right now you can't deny that he's made the correct character choice. He's able to capitalize on all do at this stage.
That could very well be the difference, and Juice getting out of the way after the parry is able to do so.
Oh, almost gets that back air to give Squirtle. Gets that grab. Again, that grab is so important for Zero Suit. Ooh, again, almost overextended himself. Again, that Nair is such a good tool in this.
It comes out so quickly as well. I mean, it's a lot of range. And frankly, getting hit by that thing is so demoralizing, but a rocket kickoff at the top. Juice trying to propel his way back into this thing. He'll have to do so after a bracket reset, but you know what? There are worse circumstances at Squire.
Absolutely. Well, with up air, if you can get an opportunity to use up B, it could be your stock very early.
Indeed, and Juice trying to poke. I mean, he's going a little high on shield for these aerials. Back air is going to take the second stock off of Enzo, and he looks befuddled right now.
Yeah, I think what you notice right now is a bit of a change of gameplay for Juice. He's taking a more reserved approach. He's more baiting rather than being aggressive. And right now it's paying off for him. He's up by 2 stocks in the first game. We're going to see how this third stock goes.
A bull until you face a matador. And indeed, Juice, cape in hand, you could say, and indeed paralyzed into the rocket kick, and all of a sudden Juice going up 1-0. This is like night and day what we're seeing from Juice.
And again, I think a change of play style is what was needed. He was able to effectively bait out Enzo in that game. Use Zero Suit Samus' tools for baiting to his fullest. We're going to see what happens in Game 2, but right now a solid start for Juice.
Indeed. So now all of a sudden Enzo on the back foot is a completely different. What does he have to do in order to in order to make this? Because you said, I mean, obviously he's playing very aggressive and started getting a little cheeky and maybe getting a little over-anxious with the options that he was taking. I mean, he has not been in this situation before against Juice, at least at a monthly. So maybe he needs to take a step back as well?
Right. The best way of beating this kind of patient play is to put pressure on your opponent to make them think that being patient is the wrong option. So Pokemon Trainer does have that tool, especially Squirtle. Squirtle's a great pressure option where you can easily rack up damage very quickly with some combos. So the more damage you rack up against Zero Suit Samus, the more pressure they feel. 51%, 58%. Not able to punish that, but nice down air. Oh, gets that grab. Side B being such a better tool in Ultimate. Yeah. Not only is it a good positioning tool, but can also be a kill option at high percentages. Switches to the Ivysaur near ledge. Ivysaur being a great option near ledge. There almost hits Zero Suit. That's another grab, and that's going to be, that was a tough situation. Could have read that tech.
Yeah, no, Enzo saving his own life there.
I feel like Nair is a good option in this matchup, beating a lot of what Zero Suit Samus tries to throw out in close range. Nice Razor Leaf, Razor Leaf. So that was a misinput by Juice, but it was not punished by Enzo because he just missed. And again, like I said, that side B now a kill option, higher percentage, takes the first stop.
Indeed, one of the better ones that Zero Suit Samus has. I mean, it's going to get a lot more consistently than you will the up B. So you might as well go for that every opportunity that you get. And perhaps the weight up Charizard only letting you be combo food essentially. So you can get juggled here.
Yeah, this was my worry with the first set, and Enzo proved us wrong. But Charizard being a big target is Zero Suit Samus' dream, because Zero Suit Samus can easily combo bigger characters, and that's why you saw that second stop.
Wow, and just like that, Enzo trying to get back into this thing with a little bit of style. However, he'll have to do it by taking 2 successive stocks. Juice is not one to let that happen.
I can tell you right now, I can see why Juice is having a little bit more success here, and the reason is that Zair and grab. He's gotten a little bit more accuracy with both of those tools, able to chop through those Razor Leafs with Zair, and getting good positioning with grabs. In the first set, he was not able to grab as well as he is in this set. And right now it's paying off because he's really taking control of the stage.
Looking for that up air. Oh my, Bullet Seed not connecting, and now all of a sudden, this is Enzo, who's trying to be a little bit more aggressive, trying to apply that safe pressure as mentioned earlier. Vine Whip, certainly a good way to do so. Has he been relying on that too much or not enough?
I don't think, I think the play with Ivysaur has been just fine. I think the problem is that he's getting a little bit, he's letting Zero Suit Samus get a little bit too close. So right there, he's kind of approaching a little bit too much. And Zero Suit Samus is throwing out those Zairs, throwing out those grabs in the back end. And again, because he keeps approaching inwards towards the stage, that's going to be a stock and a game for Juice.
You're absolutely right. Juice, all he had to do was let that Ivysaur walk and jump towards it, and yeah, got caught with the side B or with the Zair, and then connecting with the back air to kill.
So good job by Juice winning game 2, and we're at a game, set, match, and tournament point for Juice. So we're going to see what happens in this game 3 of the second set of Grand Finals.
Enzo, obviously, it seems like he has not been able to quite yet, but he needs to recapture that magic that he had in the first set, which he won 3-1. You would not think that considering his play, and you're taking Juice to Smashville of all places.
Smashville, again, smaller stage, not a lot of room to work with, but it could be, you know what I will say, it could be at Squirtle's benefit. Squirtle, again, is a close combat character, very small. Zero Suit Samus, more precision-based. So if you don't know, Withdraw is safe on shield effectively. It's very hard to punish.
Enzo is not getting nearly as much off of those parries. The spacing of Juice, impeccable this time around.
Right.
He's learned his lesson, it seems like.
And if you want to see where the change came from, I really do suggest watching the first set and watching the second set and see how many grabs Juice successfully landed between the two. Yeah. It really has been a difference maker in this.
Water Gun, not quite going to do its job. Now Juice looking, he was looking for that back air. Enzo
Down B being such a good reset tool.
I mean, certainly Enzo had to realize that he was fishing for the back air, but he charged in anyways. This just force of habit.
That was a
Oh
fantastic
my!
read. That was all reads right there. So he was able to read the spot dodge, which down B was, or excuse me, down smash punished super effectively.
Capital C, capital O, call.
Yes.
And now Juice, 2 stocks away from tournament glory here at Keystone Ultimate. However, Enzo, he's never been one to take descent line down.
Yeah, one of the interesting things I will say about Smash Ultimate is that back in Smash 4, grabs were super powerful, and it used to be somewhat of a detriment to have a tether grab. However, in Smash Ultimate, because grab ranges generally have been so, I don't want to say nerfed, but shortened, tether grabs have become this anti-shield approach, and nice
Beautiful!
stop.
My, oh my, Juice. You were talking about extending the stage, Esquire, how he seems to go out so effortlessly, and eventually he'll lose that first stock to the back throw. But this is looking like Juice from pillar to post, and Enzo is going to have to really turn on the jets.
Yeah, this is Enzo's last stock. If he wants a chance to winning Grand Finals, he really needs to capitalize this. I know that's a very John Madden sentence to say there, but
hey, that's not necessarily a bad thing, man.
This is tournament life right now, so we're going to see what happens.
Indeed, this is the moment that makes champions one way or another, trying to advance. However, Juice very smartly going backwards. I mean, almost nullifying the rushdown game of that Squirtle, which has been one of Enzo's biggest strengths, especially during that first set. And now missing with that Z grab, however.
So Enzo's doing a very interesting thing where he's going in on 0-2 Samus, but kind of not fully going in and waiting for a reaction. That worked quite well just then. He did switch to Ivysaur, however. Nice up B. So, in essence, like I said earlier, and that's gonna be an SD. Now Enzo having some signs of life here.
How dare Enzo not homie stock that? And
but yeah. So like I said earlier, how do you beat that patient play? You act like you go in and you pressure, and then you react based off of how the opponent goes. And that Ivysaur's gonna come back there. Gonna have a switch here.
It's not going to get the 2-frame on the down smash like he was looking for.
Nice, nice combo.
All of a sudden, Enzo, he's not going to neutral get up. He's learned.
That parry could have been bigger.
Enzo,
that back air
is it going to do it? Indeed it will.
And
Juice
does take this tournament Keystone's Ultimate.
Man, oh man, Juice. Enzo's tournament hopes going up in smoke, and Juice finds himself atop the mountain once again alongside that ZSS. He is your Keystone Ultimate Grand Champion.
Absolutely. And what a set. What a set. We saw a reset. We saw a great Pokemon trainer play by Enzo. Well played, well-deserved second place. And Juice having a very dominant performance, only losing that first set of Grand Finals this tournament. Very effective 0-2 Samus play for a character that many people write off right from the start.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In fact, one of those people was Juice. He was playing so many different characters that finally found his stride and kept on walking all the way up to the #1 spot in Philadelphia, where he looks to remain for many months to come. Folks, that's going to do it for our coverage of singles bracket here at Keystone Ultimate. Where can they find you on social media, Esquire?
So you can find me on Brothers Calamity's Discord, actually, the Lab Discord.